We'll open up questions for Coach. Congratulations, Coach.
Thank you.
All right. We are now welcoming University of Louisville to our press conference. Ladies and Coach, congratulations on the victory this evening.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And we will be opening up with a statement from Coach.
Thank you very much. As I always like to try to start off a win or lose, I'd like to congratulate Vic and his team on just an outstanding year. We played exceptionally well tonight, and we did a great job defensively of making sure we knew the matchups, we knew who were guarded, even when we got switched. We still knew what that person does, and we played about as dialed in defensively as we have this entire season. Now, we've played pretty darn well the past month defensively, but tonight was exceptional. But Vic's got a great ball club. I consider Vic a friend. So these games are tough because, as you're not. It's nice when I'm cheering for him and he's not playing us, but he's done a fantastic job here, and I'm sure we'll have the opportunity to play each other again in the NCAA tournament along the way.
Thank you, Coach. Let's open up questions for the student athletes, please. All right, we're going to go to Danny Davis from the Austin American-Statesman with our first question.
Excuse me. Mykasa, in that second quarter, obviously you had to sit with foul trouble, but what do you think of your teammates and just the way they clamped down defensively?
Yeah, we went on almost our biggest run, so it was awesome. Everyone stepped up. They played great. I love this team, so anything we do together, I'm just happy for.
Jim Vertuno from the Associated Press has our next question.
Jim Vertuno with the AP. We kind of talked about it a little bit yesterday, just the fact that you're coming in here. Louisville's away from home, rarity in the NCAA tournament. You've got the home crowd against you. But tell me I'm wrong. Tell me, it looked like you guys had a little bit of swagger about that because of it. And what did that kind of do for you as far as energizing you to play like you did tonight?
Yeah, I think before coming out into that game, Coach told us in the locker room, how many times can you quiet the crowd? And that was something that we were focused on.
We did a pretty good job of that, except for the jackass that was sitting behind our bench. So I tried to quiet him himself. Just speak the truth.
Yeah. Yeah. Don't mess with us.
Yeah, I'm going to end on that.
Oh, we ready to go.
Well, that guy was a jackass.
Yes, he is.
Thanks for that, Coach. But maybe if
I can add more if you'd like, but I'm not
okay,
sure
Coach.
my athletic director would appreciate that.
or
Or Liz in the back there, my long lost friend.
Yeah, I was just wondering if any of the other players want to, kind of chime in on that, just on how you guys fed off of that and the swagger you guys seem to have tonight with that.
Well, yeah, we make sure we try to stay tight-knit and together. Every day we always say that we won, so that's what we are. We won, so we have each other's back. Win, loss, draw, it don't matter. We're going to have each other's back. We're going to play hard, and we're going to play together.
Next question will come from Cedric Golden, Austin American-Statesman.
Hailey, there was a lot of chirping going on, and you guys got the best of it on the scoreboard. You had words with Sonia Morris after the game. What was that about?
I wouldn't say there was a lot of chirping going on in the game. I think it was a pretty clean game. I respect the Texas players. I don't really want to speak on what happened at the end because I don't want it to dim down the fact that we played really, really well. I have all the respect in the world for Texas. No hard feelings. Sports can get chippy, and the moment you play in the heat, and at the end of the day, I'm going to let it go. No hard feelings. I assume that they'll do the same. And, I'm just proud of our win. I don't want to focus on what happened at the end.
Please state your name and affiliation before asking a question.
Corey Mose, KB News, Austin. Hailey, in the second half, it seemed like you were in just attack mode. Did you kind of put pressure on yourself to put this game on ice?
Actually, I didn't feel like I had pressure that game. My teammates played very well. I I didn't really have to do much. I just scored in my spots when I didn't have to force or nothing. My teammates were taking care of business. So I was just playing free. My teammates were hitting shots, so they couldn't double me in the gap. They couldn't really double me off screen. So I was just able to play in the open court, and it was really fun. So I would say my teammates played so well that I had no pressure on me.
Next question will go to our Zoom media, and this question is from Tyler Griever, WHAS 11 in Louisville. Go ahead, Tyler.
Hey guys, this one's for all the players. Did you feel like tonight was about as balanced of a performance as you've had? I think everybody got on the stat sheet in one way or another, whether it was scoring, rebounding, assisting, just overall pretty balanced night.
Yes, I feel like everybody executed their role well tonight. We all came in the mindset, like I said, we have to play as one. So everybody completed their role well tonight.
Yeah, I think we've talked a lot about finishing a game all 40 minutes, and I think tonight we really put that together.
I think he was looking for an answer from perhaps each player. No. All right, Tyler, do you have a follow-up question?
No, I'm good. Thanks.
All right, thank you very much for the question. All right, we're going to come back to our Austin media.
Chip Brown with Horns 24/7. Hailey, I think you all had like 17 layups of your 30 made baskets. Can you just talk about the mindset that you all came in with to attack them, even though they've got, size inside?
Yeah, I think their bigs are a really big part of their team, but they're also not super deep in that position. So we knew that if we could get ahead and get some of them in foul trouble and get them to not be as aggressive around the rim, then that would play to our advantage. So we went into our post, and our post finished really well. I can see here we had 38 points in the paint. That is really good for us. So I just think, we didn't want to let their length deter us from getting around the basket, and our post finished really well today. So that worked out for us.
Jim Vertuno, Associated Press, with the next question.
For Robinson and probably Hailey too. A lot of the pregame stuff was Roy Harmon being back in the lineup for them. I'd like to hear just how effective you guys were able to be in limiting her. You picked up the 2 quick fouls, but over the course of the game, she still finished with only 3 assists. And you guys were really able to control what she was able to distribute tonight. Can you just talk about the success you guys had on what she was able to do or not do?
Yeah, Harmon, she's a great player. It's awesome to see her back out there, of course, but I think it was just a great effort team defense. I think we all put in a lot of pressure on her, from Morgan, from me, from Cece to Hailey. Yeah, we just really tried to wear her out.
Yeah, I would say we had great personnel scout on her, but we also had great personnel scout on others to know when not to help off of certain players to go pick up Rory, because she loves to kick out and get her shooter shots. She loves to dump to her post and get her post shots. I think the fact that we held her to 3 assists was a big factor for us, because she gets other people's shots. And for us to take that away, it made everyone else have to score one-on-one more, and that's not necessarily what they wanted to do. So, yeah, I think all around it was a great team effort on just knowing personnel.
It's not working. Hello. Cedric Golden, Austin American Statesman. Olivia and Hailey, Vic Schaefer talked about you guys were tougher than his team. How much pride did you take in being the tougher team tonight, and how can you carry that into Seattle and maybe get to a Final Four?
Just executing my role, doing whatever my teammates need me to do. If that's getting on the floor, getting a rebound, getting the loose ball, blocking shots, taking charges, I'm just do whatever I need to do for my team to win. And that's what I feel like that's what being tough is, just executing your role and playing your part.
Yeah, I think a lot of people have questioned our toughness this year. Last year, we were an extremely tough team. Like, we were known, that was our thing. We were tough. We were going to guard. This year, we've let big leads get away from us. We've let defenses punk us a little bit. So that's been a question of whether we were tough, and we kind of got tired of hearing it. So we wanted to go out and prove that we're the same Louisville tough that this program has been for a long time now. So that I would say that's where it comes from.
And I think Cedric mentioned Seattle. If I'm not mistaken, Hailey, you're 2.5 hours away from there, correct?
I am, yes.
All right, we're going to go to Zoom and take a few questions. The first one will be from Gary Graves, Associated Press. Gary?
Yeah. For Hailey and for Mykasa, how have you guys kind of adjusted your roles getting into this postseason, or adjusted your expectations where you have to step up your games but try to involve everybody else in terms of balance?
Yeah, personally for me, this is my last go-round. So I've told my teammates I'm putting everything out there, and whatever we have to do to win, I'm willing to do. And I know that I'm surrounded by great players, so it'll all work out.
Yeah, I would say what I've really just tried to do in this postseason is make the right read every time. I wouldn't say that I've tried to change my role necessarily. I think I've just tried to make the right read when I need to pass, make the right read when I need to score, make the right read on defense. So that's all I'm trying to do. And I think, I'm getting better at it. So hopefully we can keep rolling and carry this one out.
Thank you for the question, Gary. We now go to Eric Crawford on Zoom. Please state your affiliation and your question.
Eric Crawford from WDRB in Louisville. Guys, you three have played in big tournament games, and there's others on the team that have played in big tournament games. How much is that a factor right now that you guys have been there, you've been in pressure situations? And I thought tonight looked like you guys played like a team that had been there before, maybe more than Texas did.
Yeah, I've been doing this for quite a while, I would say. Yeah, I think it just gives us, for a little bit, just the experience that we have. Like you said, we just can tell our teammates that it's going to be okay. We get to control the tempo of the game. We're poised, just keeping everything in our control.
Yeah, like Ka saying, just staying as one, being together, and just having fun with it.
Yeah. I would say, this team, we've been growing closer and closer. You want to talk about leaders, I think we have people that have stepped up and wanted to lead and control the tempo and the mood of this team, but we've also have girls who are willing to follow and be led, and that's really important too. So I think we just have a great combination of veteran leaders and people that are willing to listen to those veteran leaders, so it makes it pretty easy to stay calm in moments like that.
Our final question for the student athletes will come from Tyler Griever, WHAS 11, Louisville.
Yeah, Hailey, the moderator, mentioned going back to Seattle a couple hours from home. I mean, how much does that mean to you to get to go back and try to get another Final Four trip in Washington?
Yeah, it means a lot, I haven't been to see my family in a while. A lot of my grandparents have suffered from some illnesses lately, so they haven't been able to travel and watch me play. So just getting to play in front of those people in my hometown is going to be really special for me. And it's really important for my parents, too, getting to bring me back home. So it was the perfect situation, and we executed beautifully, and we got there. So like I've been saying this whole tournament, we just need an opportunity. And we got one for next game, so we're going to take advantage of it.
Ladies, it was a pleasure watching you play this weekend. Best of luck to you in Seattle. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, guys.
All right, we'll now have questions for head coach Jeff Walz, and we'll start with Danny Davis, Austin American-Statesman.
Danny Davis, Austin American-Statesman. Jeff, for the record, you can cook the bad fans in this fan base as much as you want. I won't.
No, it's
mind.
okay. No, he was just a complete jackass. But hey, there's one in every group.
Did you feel that your team out-toughed Texas and did what Hailey said, brought back that Louisville tough. Just what are your thoughts on the toughness tonight?
Well, I thought the past month and a half we've been playing extremely well. I mean, you go back, I think we might be 9-3 now over our last 12 with an overtime loss at Notre Dame, and then a 3-point loss at home to them to end our regular season. We make it to the conference finals and get beat by 7 or 8 by Virginia Tech. So, I've been pleased with how we've been playing the past month and a half. And then tonight, I thought we did an outstanding job. My staff did a remarkable job of putting, scout together, making sure we sat down, we discussed what we want to do on each player, who we're going to double off of, who we're backing off of, what we're going to do when they come off ball screens. And we followed it to a T. In the first quarter, we had a couple where we didn't switch on a little bit of their dribble drive action. There was a handoff guard to guard, and Rory did get a pull-up or two. And then we got that adjusted. And I thought we played great. I thought, we were down in the rebounding margin, I believe, 7 after the first quarter. Okay, yeah, we had been out rebounded 13-6 in the first quarter. We end the game out rebounding them by 8. So, yeah, toughness, it does matter. But I will say we shot the ball pretty darn well, too. We got to the basket. We got layups. And then we came up with, we look at all these stats, the points from. Our turnovers, 14-10. In the paint, it was a 38-20. Our second chance points, 17-10. Fast break, bench, all of it. We won all of those categories that are important to us. So I thought our kids competed and played their hearts out.
Back row, please. Terry. Horns Illustrated.
Congratulations, Coach. Terry Middleton from Horns Illustrated.
Thank you, sir.
So you had Texas from the tip-off. You controlled the game. How surprised were you that Texas gave you what they did? And you certainly had a great game plan, but you certainly would expected them to probably come to the table with a little bit more than they did.
I thought Texas played hard. I'm not going to say they gave us anything. I mean, that's crap. We earned it. Big guy. We threw that damn ball in the paint the first possession of the game to Olivia Cochran and said, we're going right at your bigs. And she earned it. It's not like they didn't play hard and they backed down. I do not write that because that's a lie. That's an insult to Vic and his players. They came out here and competed. We just executed better. It's the end of the day, we execute. You go back and you look at calls out of timeouts, baseline out of bounds, sideline out of bounds. Our kids executed, man. We executed the other night as well. But please don't say Vic's kids didn't play hard. That is not true. I thought we just earned it. We played our ass off.
Jim Vertuno with the Associated Press.
I've learned your name.
Okay, so you just alluded to you threw it into Olivia. First possession went right after their bigs. Vic had talked to his players about not being bullied. Were you out to try to intimidate?
We weren't out to bully anybody.
Do you feel like you
I don't like that damn word either.
Do you feel like you did? Do you feel like you were able to bully them?
I just thought we went right at them. Instead of with their size, if you play scared, you're done. If you're afraid to throw the ball into the paint because they have great size, well, you don't have a chance. I mean, the first play of the game, we drew up, because I knew they would probably be trying to stop Hailey, which I would too. So it was a simple screen across. We dribbled down, screened across. She set a great screen, threw it right into Olivia, and she went up strong. And I thought we set the tempo of we're not going to be scared to throw the ball in the paint because they're big. I mean, they're big, they're strong. So we kept going in there. We did a great job on some offensive rebounds, some big plays where it's like the momentum could start to go either way. We miss a shot. Liz Dixon gets the offensive rebound, sticks it back up and in, gets fouled. That's not bullying anybody. That's just we played hard. And we were not scared. And that's the whole thing. You can't be scared when you get into an NCAA tournament. And their size can be intimidating. But I will say it helped that we had played them in the Bahamas. Because when you watch them warm up, shit, it's pretty impressive. I mean, they're long, they're big, they're agile, they move. I mean, it's not like you got a bunch of stiffs out there that can't move. I mean, they do a really good job, but we went after them. And that's what you have to do.
All right. Corey Bowes, KVU News. Coach, I know yesterday Hailey alluded to the game plan of not allowing their bigs. You talk about their size, getting that offensive rebounding, getting those second chance points. UT only had 10 tonight. How were you able to accomplish that?
Well, that was part. I mean, if you look at it, they ended up, make sure I'm looking at the final box. They had, what did they have? Is this my final box? How many offensive rebounds? They had 12 offensive boards. Is that correct? In the game. And 32, Jack, who I think is going to be a great player, a young lady that we actually tried to recruit also, you know, she comes in for 11 minutes and gets 3 of them. So we did a great job on the glass to keep Taylor Jones, hold her to only 1 offensive rebound, and Gaston 1. I mean, Rory Harmon came up with 2. So we knew, we had talked about him. At our shoot around today, it got to a point because we weren't boxing out. I said, I don't care if we play today. The next time we're working through their stuff, if you don't go find somebody, I'm going to make you run the damn stairs. I don't care. And it's amazing how we boxed out then. Because I always, you know, it's amazing to me how if you tell kids these days, if you don't box out, you're going to lose. Okay? They might not box out. But if you say you're going to have to run the stairs, man, it's like, I ain't running no stairs. You know, and we were fantastic. I mean, every single one of them put a body on somebody, and that's what you have to do. Olivia Cochran, I said it, 0 rebounds in the first half, 0. But she was phenomenal. See, if you just look at stats, you don't realize what she did. She made sure that Taylor Jones, Gaston, whoever, was not going to get the rebound. So she boxed them out. Then everybody else was able to come in and clean it out. I thought Nyla Harris, 6 rebounds in 13 minutes as a freshman. That's a pretty impressive performance for them at the offensive end.
Cedric Golden, Austin American Statesman. Jeff, when you have an alpha like Hailey, it seems like the others just follow her lead because she plays a fearless brand of basketball. How big a luxury is that to have? Not every coach has an alpha like her.
Well, no, I mean, the kid's a baller. The kid is in the gym. She works on her craft. She takes great pride in it. You know, I joke with her because outside of my office is our lacrosse field. And I'm like, we could bring the world champion sprinter in here and start at the end zone of the lacrosse and go to to midfield. And I said, let's bet $50. And she'd bet $50 on herself that she'd win. And then she'd probably lose by like a half of a field and then go double or nothing because she thinks she's going to win. The kid has got courage and she has a will about her that she's like, I don't care. If I tell her, hey, you can't do that, oh, shit, it's going to get done. But what I'm most proud of her for is these past 2 ball games. You know, it's been the past month and a half. She let the game come to her. You know, she picks up early fouls in our Drake game. Played about 7 minutes in the first half. Her teammates had her back. It's like, we got you. We're here. And then tonight, Mykasa picks up 2 early fouls. I've got to sit her. They're all like, Cos, we got you. And then for Hailey, you know, she goes 8 for 15. And in the first half, I think she had, I don't know, what was she in the first half? Because I think that's an important stat. Second period, here would be the halftime. In half, she's 4 of 8. She was patient. It's not like she was hunting shots. She let it come. When we felt we had mismatches at other areas, she was patient. You know, when Rory Harmon's on you, you're trying to go at the others because she's so darn good at the defensive end of the floor. And then all of a sudden, Cece starts to make a couple of shots. They switch her on to Cece. Now we're going back to Hailey. And she was patient. And when we play like that, it's pretty impressive. I was proud of her. Really proud of her. I think the kid's an All-American.
Jeff, this is your 6th straight Sweet 16 appearance. How have you guys been able to just have that tradition and be able to establish that kind of success?
All coaching. Players are terrible. It's players. It's players that believe, players that know we care about them. Okay? We challenge them every single day, and we hold them accountable, not just on the basketball court, but off the court. And sometimes I said it at our beginning of the year, our tip-off, our luncheon. I said, this is going to be a team that's going to take some time. Okay, you got to be patient with us. And we have several of our fans out there that weren't. And, oh, it's a bad year, it's a bad year. Well, if it's a bad year, I'd hate to see what a really bad year it looks like. Because I don't think it's too bad because it's not over yet. But we have figured something out, and I'm not saying, we have all the answers because we don't, but we have figured out how to get our kids to play the best when it matters. It's not like we've won. I think we've won one conference, a tournament championship. Okay, one, because 3 games in 3 days is not what we're built for. It's just not what we're built for. But you give us a game, day off, rest, scout, play the next, we're pretty darn good. And we figured it out. Now, it don't guarantee you wins, but, man, I'm telling you, for the past 2 ball games here, I think our kids have played pretty damn hard. And they know I believe in them. And what's exciting for me, they believe in me. Because I do some stupid stuff, some crazy stuff on the basketball court. I had friends text me going, how in the world do you run a play to get a layup with 16 seconds? You should be throwing it in the backcourt in our Drake game. And I was like, well, I watched how they played, so we're attacking. Most people would like to pull it out and see if we can burn some clock. Well, let's score. We're in transition, and I think it was 19 or 20, and we throw it up the floor for a diagonal skip 3. And CC drains it. And, it's a situation where we had a 15-point lead last season in the quarterfinals of the ACC, our first game in the ACC tournament. A 15-point lead with about 4.5 left. I took kids out, made some subs because we were trying to save kids for 3 games in 3 days, and lost. I'm not doing it. I tell people all the time. I learned it the years that we had Angel McCautry here, and Gino was up there with Maya Moore. And he always told me, when you take out Angel McCautry, I'll take out Maya Moore. And so I've always done that. Like, I've played in games where all of a sudden you start taking some people out, and a couple of threes go in, you turn it over, and before you know it, you can't stop the momentum that's rolling. So, we needed to keep attacking, and we did. And that's what you got to do, because there is no, subbed, I'm sorry, they came back and beat you. There's no tomorrow. So, but we have respect for everybody we played. That's why we also took a shot clock violation at the end of the game. I wasn't trying to score. It was like, okay, we're good. And that's just what we do. But our kids, we've had players that truly know. There's nothing better than getting text messages from kids that played here for 8-9 years ago, wishing us luck in tonight's game. Okay, there's some people out there that might not like the way I do things. And I really don't care, okay? Because they might see me on the sideline and go, man, guy, he's nuts. He yells at his players, But my players know I love them. And at the end of the day, that's what matters. And this program's not made for everybody. Because if you don't want to work, do not come. And everybody, when you recruit, they're like, oh, yeah, I want to compete for a championship. I want to do this. And that's what they tell you, and you're banking that that's what they mean, but some of them don't mean it. So not everybody's going to last. But I'm thrilled. I love my kids. The ones we've had here, I say it all the time. The Angel McCautrys, the Patrika Barlows, the Candace Binghams, 16 years ago, that believed in us. in this program, when I took this job here, I say it all the time. The biggest thing that we had going for us was I had recruited Angel McCautry at Maryland, and I knew her and her family. And when I got this job, she told everybody on that team, "Oh yeah, he's good, he's good." Well, when your best player is saying that, then the rest of them will buy in and believe you, and that's how we've been able to keep this thing going for 16 years.
And last question for me. Marissa and Mykasa have talked about the apple juice being the motivation because Hailey's mom brought them apple juice last year. Were you privy to apple juice, and can you attest to how good it was?
I have not. I'm glad it was apple juice and not some, bourbon, vodka, so I'm all for that. Apple juice sounds good as I'm waiting to get back to the hotel for a Tito's and soda. I'm trying to get an NIL deal.
I think on that note, we have concluded our press conference.
done?
Yeah, it is done,
No,
Coach.
Can you get me a deal?
Oh, no. I can only end
They're
the press
housed
conference.
here, right?
Yeah, they are right down the
know.
street. Right down the street, Coach.
So put
We
a
will.
good word in.
All right. We'll work hard on that,
I've
Coach.
seen it. I wanted to take the big bottle home and put it on my my bar at the house. Conversation piece. Yes, sir.
Well,
thank you all for.
Yes,
I know,
well,
I'm
Coach.
not interrupting.
No,
I just want
Coach.
to thank you all. You guys.
Absolutely.
You guys are amazing to be out here and covering women's basketball. We all greatly appreciate it because it doesn't happen everywhere, and it's a shame so many people don't get opportunities to see the product that is put on the floor because these young ladies work their tails off. And our big thing at Louisville is trying to get people to just come one time, and that's including media though also, because if you come once, you will normally come back. So thank you all so much.
Coach, thanks for your time and your comments throughout the week. Best of luck to you and your team in Seattle. Thank you, Coach.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you all so much, really.
That will conclude our second round post-game press conference with the University of Louisville. A recording of this press conference will be posted in the NCAA Digital Media Hub at ncaa.veritome.com. Press conference transcripts are provided by ASAP and will be posted shortly. We appreciate your attendance tonight. Thank you for joining us.